The house remains sealed in photographs. Evidence tags hang where people once lived. The air, according to reports, never returned to normal. This image was taken after removal, after silence, after the body. Investigators treated every surface as if it could still speak. Nothing moves in the frame. Lights burn anyway. A preserved moment intended only for case files, now reopened by request. The address sits outside town limits. No neighbors close enough to hear anything. Responding units documented isolation as a factor. Photographs show the front door untouched. No forced entry. Locks functional. Shoes aligned inside, suggesting routine, not interruption at arrival. Interior lighting was on when officers entered. Utility records confirm continuous power. Someone expected to return or never left, alive. The living room appears staged by normalcy. Couch pillows straight. Television paused. Dust patterns interrupted only near the hallway threshold. Crime scene markers cluster by the hallway mirror. Fingerprints partial. Smears inconclusive. The mirror reflects nothing helpful during processing efforts. Investigators photographed the bathroom last. Water pooled beneath the sink. No active leak. Time accounted for the rest, eventually on record. The case closed within months. Cause determined. Suspect cleared. Evidence archived. The file received a final stamp, officially dated thereafter. Years later, a detective reviews the images for training. Old cases teach procedure. This one resists memory entirely during review. He pauses on the hallway mirror photograph. Enlargement reveals compression artifacts. Then something else, previously dismissed as glare, appears faintly. The reflection does not match the hallway geometry. Lines bend incorrectly. Light sources contradict fixture placement documented elsewhere within files. Metadata confirms the photo is unaltered. Timestamp aligns with first entry. The anomaly exists at capture moment precisely logged on site. Other photographs are rechecked. The mirror appears again. Each instance slightly different. Each recorded seconds apart during walkthrough sequence documented. A silhouette occupies the far edge of reflection. Not centered, not moving. Proportions inconsistent with any responder on scene roster. Uniform logs show no personnel in that position. Body cameras show nothing. Only the still image holds it there alone. The detective requests original negatives. Storage retrieves envelopes untouched since sealing. Chain of custody remains intact throughout departmental transfers documented. Under magnification, details sharpen. A shoulder line. A head shape. No facial features. Just absence occupying reflective space silently present. The shape blocks light from the bathroom. Shadows fall differently than recorded measurements predict for that hour window documented precisely. Witness interviews are revisited. One neighbor mentioned movement inside after sealing. The note was marked unreliable due to distance and timing. Another officer reported a feeling in the hallway. Not recorded formally, mentioned once, then excluded from summary findings report entirely. Audio from the scene is reviewed. Static dominates. At one point, a brief occlusion, like breath near a microphone, momentarily. Time codes align with the mirror photographs. Nothing audible matches official presence. The gap remains unexplained within archived media sets reviewed. The detective notes the victim's height, compares proportions. The silhouette does not correspond to any listed individual associated on site that night. Case summaries omit the mirror entirely. Cropping favored other angles. The omission appears consistent, intentional, across revisions and releases approved. Requests for re-examination are filed. Administrative response is delayed. The case status remains closed, pending internal review scheduling notices issued. The house was sold years ago, renovated, walls replaced. The mirror discarded without documentation during cleanup phase prior to listing. No record exists of its disposal, no landfill receipt, no inventory entry. An object simply exits the file without trace. Final notation states evidence accounted for. Photograph irregularity unresolved. Review suspended indefinitely pending resource allocation, staffing availability, and further direction.